I freaking love Yokai Watch. Hey guys, what's up? Surmo11 here with a video on Yokai Watch and why I love this series. I am watching the show currently on Disney XD, and there are some edits, but I still really enjoy the anime, and I actually live tweet while watching the show whenever I can. I haven't heard that many things about the edits, so far I'm sticking with the English dub, and it's always more fun to be able to watch it and enjoy a show in your own language. I actually did a review over the first 2 episodes of Yokai Watch, so I won't be doing a review or anything in this video. I'll just be going over various things about the show that I like, and you have no idea how excited I get when this show is on TV. I feel like a kid again, you know. This show is so good. So, Koma-san. I had to start this one off with Koma-san. I love Koma-san. I can see him having a huge fan following. Koma-san is the best character in the show. He is the greatest of all time. Koma-san is just great. Koma-san is an adorable character, so if you don't know about this character, he's introduced in episode 7, where Nate pretty much tries to show him around the city and all that. And this is basically the episode when Koma-san comes to the city, and that's about it. I think he runs into, what's his name? I can't remember his name. It's Riff something. It's the, you know, classic Japanese gangster type of character. He's one of the yokai. I can't think of his name, and I don't want to say the wrong term, so okay, I'll just leave it at that. And Koma-san, he writes to his mother very often, and it's really sweet. And he's sort of a country bumpkin, but the character is really nice, and he overreacts to all the things in the city, and at some point he gets a job, and it's freaking great. So he's cleaning the floors and all that. He's, you know, cleaning up the building or whatever. But even when he doesn't have to do it, he still does it. And I know it's a joke, but I still, like, really look up to the character for that. And it's just really cool. And honestly, Koma-san could have his own spin-off series, and you would get 0 complaints from me. Like, I want this. I want a whole Koma-san series, you know, just built up of shorts about Koma-san. He could have a whole episode, you know, a whole episode about Koma-san. It would be great. And that's just how much I like this character. His brother, Komajiro, also comes to the city, and they kind of go on adventures together. You know, for a little bit, it's just Koma-san by himself, which is good. And then we have Komajiro, which is even better, you know, having 2 characters together. And Koma-san is still the main focus of this short in the episode, but Komajiro also comes in there sometimes and stuff. So Yokai Watch has a formula where it does a short, the main plot, and then another short. And this is broken sometimes, you know, this rule or whatever is broken sometimes, but it usually works like that in each episode. And Koma-san has been in nearly every episode, if not all of the episodes after he was introduced, and it's crazy. But it's really good because I like his plot lines, I like seeing the character around and everything. But Nate, Whisper, and Jibanyan get the main plot with a yokai causing trouble or something, and they have to befriend the yokai or at least stop the yokai. And people keep comparing this series to Pokemon, but it's nothing like Pokemon. It's like, oh, there are little creatures in this, so it's Pokemon, right? I mean, I don't know. People always say that. It's like, oh, they have little creatures in their series. They have little monsters or whatever. Oh, it's Pokemon. It's a parody of Pokemon or something like that. Or they're trying to be like Pokemon. It's another Pokemon. I mean, Pokemon's not the only monster capture series or, you know, just monsters in general, like becoming friends with them or using them in battle. Pokemon's not the only series that does that. It's one of the biggest that does it, but it's not the only series. I mean, I feel like Digimon could be even bigger if, you know, they had an ongoing anime, but they don't have an anime at the moment. So I don't know, but Pokemon was always like the most popular one, I guess, out of this sort of genre or whatever. So yeah, as I was saying, it's nothing like Pokemon, and there are a few fights in Yokai Watch, but it's nothing serious. This is a comedy series at heart, and it's a darn good one. The creator said they were inspired by Doraemon while making this series. I don't really see the connection, but I also couldn't get into Doraemon. And strangely enough, both series have aired on Disney XD. So, I don't know, I think I've seen some of the characters from Doraemon and maybe the designs. Maybe there's a reference in there, but I'm not sure because, again, I watched a few episodes of Doraemon. Doraemon was edited on Disney XD, so then I stopped watching it. And I don't think it's on air anymore, so maybe I made the right decision. The plots with Nate are good, but I still feel like Koma-san steals the show most of the time. And other yokai get shorts in the episode, but most of them don't really last as long as Koma-san. I didn't really understand this because some of the yokai had ongoing plots and they kind of just disappeared. And of course they can come back to them, but it's kind of weird. Like, you're in the middle of this short, you shouldn't move on to introduce a new yokai or something. Sorry. And I'm pretty sure Mangy Mutt's plot was stopped for a little bit. And I also thought QB was going to have more episodes because QB only got 2 plots so far in the English dub. And some yokai are introduced in these shorts and they still say that Nate had met them. I don't know. I'm guessing he met them off screen or something like that. And the goal of the show is for Nate to pretty much fill up his yokai medallia, or what is it, medallium or something like that, with the yokai medals. And he befriends the yokai, he gets their medals, and then he can call them to help him solve issues going on in the town. He hasn't called Koma-san though. Freaking call Koma-san, Nate. You always call Jibanyan, but you won't call Koma-san. I also like Jibanyan, who is pretty much the mascot of the series. He's their Pikachu. I guess that's a way of putting it. You know, he's their Pikachu. He's like the main creature and everything. And I was wondering what they were going to do with this character since he was featured so much, but he's not with the main cast, and this is the first few episodes. But then they moved him in with Nate and Whisper, and I thought that was a great move on their part. You know, putting this character who, you know, is supposed to be your mascot, who is also very interesting with the main cast. I like having the 3 of them together because it's even better, you know. As I was saying with Koma-san and Komajiro, you know, adding in a character is even better. With this, we had Nate and Whisper. You add in Jibanyan, it's even better. And I like when Jibanyan says, you know, I'm a cat, and I like it like that. I like that. I don't think it's in the Japanese version. I'm sure he says something else, but they added that in, and it's great. So, yeah, Jibanyan, he had to be part of the main cast anyway. I feel like that's the only way this character could have worked. And there are so many Jibanyan-like characters in the series. I know 3 of them, I think, at the moment, but I've seen pictures of a lot more. And we've seen Robanyan and Shogunyan and Badinyan, I believe that's how you say it. So, yeah, there's a lot of this character in the show. And I also like how he says now whenever it fits in, you know, like when he says Nate's name or something like that. I thought that was a unique touch that they added to the character. And I wouldn't say there's a huge plot to this anime. They just have random things going on, but it works very well for some reason. And while Yokai Watch doesn't need a big plot at all, I think it needs one at certain points because I was just very surprised that there weren't many, or there weren't more people, not many. There weren't more people with the Yokai Watch, or maybe the characters haven't been shown yet or something like that. But so far, there's no one else with a Yokai Watch, and I thought that would have been cool to have, like, I don't know, maybe they could be friends with Nate, maybe there could be a conflict or something like that. That could last for a few episodes. But again, this is mostly a comedy series, so I doubt they would do anything action-y like that, or have an overarching plot that was too serious or whatever. And the creator wanted to create something that would last a long time, you know, have a long life, have long longevity. How do you say that word? I don't know. I'm going to edit this out. And I think Yokai Watch has that, you know. The anime broke 100 episodes recently in Japan, and I almost didn't watch this anime. I dropped it when the Japanese version came out, and I probably had something else to watch, but I'm glad I'm watching it now. And if Disney has to make a lot of changes to the dub, and people talk about it, you know, people tell me about it, I'll just watch the Japanese version alongside it. But right now, I'm enjoying the English dub. I'm loving it, you know, like McDonald's. And I've heard the game isn't doing too well in sales in the United States, which is a surprise to me because I thought the anime would make the game popular like it did in Japan. And maybe not enough people know about it. I know some providers make you pay extra for Disney XD. And I think Cartoon Network would have been a better place to air it. And I don't know if I'm just biased for Cartoon Network. I feel like a lot of things would do better if they aired on Cartoon Network because it has more cartoons, it has more anime than a lot other networks, and you can just put it together. But What do I know? And we still have time for Yokai Watch to become popular, but if Yokai Watch turns out to not be a hit, we might not get the next games or any more content. Who knows? We didn't get the other Inazuma 11 games, but they didn't put the anime on TV, so that's kind of their fault. I don't know. And one problem that people like to bring up is that this game, or this series in general, is too based into Japanese culture, and that's why it might not appeal to people. And I guess the main people that, you know, they're trying to appeal to are kids, but still, it's yokai, you know. It's something that's foreign to other cultures, and I feel like that does hurt it a little bit, but again, you don't care about stuff like that, you know. If you like something, if you think something looks cool, you're like, oh, I'll check it out. Or maybe a kid's like, oh, this looks similar to, this looks kind of like Pokemon. I don't want to say that, but hey, it looks kind of like Pokemon, maybe I'll check it out, or something like that. Based on the art style alone, I think it looks interesting, and I think that would be something that would jump out to me and be like, hey, I should check out this game. You know, if I was a kid who wasn't really into like TV or the internet, and I wouldn't know about that many things, you know, if I'm in the store with my mom or my dad or something, I'm just like, hey, this game looks nice, I'll check it out. And where was I at? A lot of the reasons why the yokai do things, okay, a lot of the reasons why the yokai do what they do are silly. I haven't learned about these things, but hey, a Japanese kid might know about all this stuff. And basically, a yokai is a ghost or a spirit, and they're blamed for things that happen, such as you having a dream and forgetting it when you wake up, or making you spend a lot of money, you know, things like that. They're such minor things, but I like that that's being focused on, you know. That's something you wouldn't really think about. And the anime just makes me really excited and happy, and I really want to buy the game, but I should probably save my money up for something else. Maybe soon. Plus Fire Emblem is coming out soon, and I have to avoid spoilers and stuff for that, but sometimes I just wish I could play video games all day, you know. Get caught up on a lot of these series. Check out what's popular in the world right now. And I've actually heard that the anime follows the games quite well. I also want to buy a Yokai Watch, and again, I just really want to support this series because I'm just a big fan now. I've been talking about edits for a while, but not actually saying anything about them. There's a few edits that I know of, you know. Jibanyan, he gets hit by a car and they don't show the body. Mangy Mutt was drunk when he became Mangy Mutt, and I'm pretty sure Dan Doodle was drunk too because it was kind of a similar situation. And I think they added in more clothes when Nate and his friends were watching that special channel late at night. I'm sure there's more edits in the English dub, but at the moment I don't mind. I don't mind at all. And Disney XD gave it a second opening pretty fast. I don't know where this opening came from, and I can't seem to find a Japanese version online, so I'm not sure where this opening came from. Of course, it could be from the anime, or yeah, it has to be from the anime, obviously, but the wiki isn't that detailed. It talks about the games, it doesn't talk about the anime, and I looked into it before making this video, and I still have no idea where this opening came from. I went a little ahead in the Japanese version, and the first opening is still in the anime, so I don't know where this came from. But I do like both openings. The first one has more charm, though. There's a dance that they created for it, too, which I started to do with the show after reading a few articles and noticing, like, oh, this is actually something, you know, they're doing a dance in here. And there's actually a video of people doing the dance together, kind of like a flash mob or something, like a lot of Asian people or whatever. You should check that out. And opening 2 is done by Jeff Swampy, I think, from Phineas and Ferb. That's okay, I guess, but I don't really want him there. It's like, if you're doing Phineas and Ferb songs, you can stay over there, you know. You could do more of those with your show that's dead. And was this an in-house dub or something? Because, like, I'm not sure why he's on this. Like, why is he helping out with this? But, you know, just get this guy out. I don't want Phineas and Ferb touching my Yokai Watch. You know, it's like, hey Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. Let's make a song for Yokai Watch. Yokai Watch has exploded in popularity in Japan. The game has 2 other main games in the main series, various spin-off titles, various mangas, and 2 movies. And I think it's okay to say this game was a major success that paid off in Japan, but it needs to be marketed a lot better in America, and I hope this series sees success at some point. I usually see commercials for the show on Nick and Cartoon Network, but I guess those aren't helping it out at all. So to end this video off, I love Yokai Watch. The show and the characters are charming. They're so charming, you know. That's kind of a joke. The tribe name of the yokai is said when they're summoned, not summoning. And I guess I didn't really do the voice, but it's like charming, you know. It's really, it echoes. And I'm sorry that I can't say much on the games, but please support this series, buy the game, watch the anime, tell your friends, do something. I think this series deserves all the support it can get. I am a big Yokai Watch fan, and this hype train is never stopping. Thank you for watching this video. Please check out my Facebook and Twitter accounts. And I think that's it, you know. See you guys later. Have a nice day. Peace out.